Alright, so this is going to be a series I'm starting called the Max Level Challenge, or the Level 50 Challenge. Essentially what I'm going to be doing is trying to reach the max level in Diablo 1, which I believe is 50. I'm also going to max out my stats, as well as do my best to max out my skills. This one's going to be a lot tougher just because, like, Apocalypse, you can only get it from Not Cruel, and I would just have to run him over and over and over again, which is pretty difficult for the Sorcerer, so I'm not going to worry about that too much, but I'm just going to get them as high as I can. And then I'm also going to be trying to get the best gear that I can. I'll go over that now. So right now, my helm, fast hit recovery, resist all 30, 27 magic, resist all 26, 11 to all attributes, 15 to all attributes, 20 magic, resist all 20. So as you can see, I have max resistances. That's why I'm wearing these rings and stuff. And then I also have some spare stuff, 14 to all attributes, 16 to all attributes. The Gladiator ring, which, let's see if I can show what that does. 40 health, move to mana, that's pretty good. Because for the Sorcerer, using Mana Shield, mana is your health. So the more mana I have, the more health. And then I have 7 to all attributes, resist all. So as you can see, there's a common theme. I like resistances and I like to all attributes, also high magic. I know for a Sorcerer it should be like all high magic, but there are some situations where I have to like use melee or melee attacks. So why can't I drop that? So I like to have, you know, the strength and the dexterity to increase my damage and hit chance, especially in like the crypt and stuff. The crypt is awful for the Sorcerer. Pretty much all the enemies have like resist all, which is annoying. Let's go ahead and see what books we got here. Okay, cool, we got some books.
I sense a soul in search of answers.
But, yeah. So, sometimes I have to do, like, some melee attacks, so I go ahead and, you know, I keep those 2 all attributes, skills, or equipment on deck, so I have, you know, a little bit better damage and stuff. So that's the overall build, but of course we're going to be looking for better gear. And the overall plan for right now is we are going to just run starting from floor 1 all the way down, and then we'll go into like some of the expansion stuff like the nest and the crypt and stuff like that. I know I could just go straight down into hell, that would give me more experience, but since we're trying to find books and stuff like that, I think it's best to just run from the beginning all the way through, and then that will also give us more opportunities to run into like unique monsters, which in my experience have a higher drop rate for unique items, which we're also hunting for. So while most unique items are not great, some of them are very overpowered, so we're going to be looking for those. And, you know, just for fun, I like running into the unique monsters, they're pretty cool. So I can already tell that we don't have the Poison Well quest, not that I would really do it. Even though there's some experience down there, there's really no point for me to waste time with that, it's pretty insignificant. But, let's see what other stuff we got going on. I'm hoping we get the Kingly Orc quest, because if you've been watching my... Oh, I got the Butcher.
Please.
If you've been watching my playthrough, through normal, nightmare, and hell,
of this place has been fouled.
I have not run into Kingly Orc. I don't know why. I don't even know if he's... I don't know if they took him out in the expansion, what the deal with that is, but have not got the opportunity to fight him. So it would be nice to run into him. But we'll see. We'll see what's going on. I also like running... Oh, look at that book right away. That's great. I also like running the full playthrough because, like, if I get Chamber of Bone, that gives me 1 more point to Guardian, which, as you can see, is like my favorite skill to use. It's just because I'm kind of lazy, to be honest, and you know, the auto-targeting and stuff like that just makes the playthrough a lot easier. So that's what I use for fire, and then I will use chain lightning for lightning, and that usually cooks just about everybody. So yeah, let's see what we got. Already a pretty good start. We got a Book of Healing that helps us with you know, getting our skills. That's the one dangerous thing about a sorcerer, is that your mana is your health, which, because you're using mana for your skills as well, it's easy to like kind of deplete your mana so fast that if you take a hit, you could knock off your mana shield, and then yeah, cause some problems that way. And see, this is what I was talking about earlier. This is the reason why we're starting in the earlier levels, because we're gonna get a lot of books, which is great. Even though they're not like the highest spells, it still helps us kind of like max out those skills. So, and then that's all the way down through like the crypt the catacombs, not the crypt. The catacombs, so another book. You know, we're gonna find a lot of books and stuff like that. There's our downstairs. And then also I noticed that in the earlier levels, you're gonna run into a lot of uniques. I don't think in level 1 there's so many uniques, but I know like level 2, level 3, there's usually like 2 or 3 uniques per level, which is great. And even for you know, level 1 monsters, they're pretty tough. They take some damage. Of course, I know Guardian, not the highest damage dealing skill. You know, it's just that auto target, it really helps. Especially like around corners and stuff like that. Sometimes I like to just throw it into a room or around a corner just because it'll kind of alert you of if there is a monster there, or if there are monsters around that corner, so you're not just blindly walking in. Alright, 2 books. Look at that. Very nice. And of course, gold. You know, we want to farm up some gold. I know I have a decent amount, but you'd be surprised how quick that'll get depleted. I mean, some books are, you know, like in the 20Ks. And then there's also, you know, some of the armor that you'll find from Griswold, even though he didn't give me anything this time. I've seen them in the 100,000s. So it could easily, you know, if I find one good piece of gear from Griswold, it's like, okay, there's all my money right there, you know. So he didn't give me this or anything this round, but we could cycle through him if we wanted to. We could just, like, you know, start new games over and over again and just see what he throws at us. Or if we get enough money, we could just, you know, buy some of his stuff and cycle through his stuff. I've done that before, and it pays off sometimes. Sometimes I just see what he gives me and I don't save. I'll just leave the game, you know, after spending like 100, 200,000 cycling through all his wares, and then I'll just be like, oh, okay, he didn't give me anything. When did I get that? Well, strength is capped, so that's, you know, 1,200, I think. Yeah, so we'll see how we're feeling. Maybe we'll do some shopping at some point. See, I'll just throw out the Guardian there and just see, like, you know, who's there. Okay. How do I get... Oh, okay. I don't know where I'm going. I've been playing so much Diablo 2 Resurrected that going back to this, you know, switching back it feels funky. See, I'll just throw them out there and then I know, okay, well there's some enemies down here. Got it. The only thing I really wish is if they could have sped up this game when they did the expansion, because it's still... I mean, I know it's, you know, a 30-year-old game, but it's a pretty slow play. Especially, like I said, like swapping from D2, it's drastically different. Guardians are taking the day off. Alright, looks like we're almost done with the first floor. Just gonna check this room over here, make sure there's no libraries. Don't want to miss any books. I don't know why I didn't check it when I was here. I kind of overlooked it. Room full of gold, that's always nice. Found somebody's savings. Okay. It's getting bigger and bigger. Now we're done. Now we can head down to the second floor, where we'll meet our friend the Butcher. Obviously don't need his cleaver. You know, it's great for a warrior when you first get it in normal. That'll carry you pretty much all the way through normal, but obviously Sorcerer don't need that. And it's not really worth anything. I think it's like 900 gold or something. Let's not forget this. It's another thing. It removes your mana shield every time you go to a new floor. There we go. That's what I was talking about, those uniques. But yeah, it removes your mana shield every time you like go to town or change floors, so you could easily forget, and I've done it a lot, forget to reapply your mana shield and then you die. That happened more times than I'd like to admit. But yeah, see, we just got a unique there, Puke Rat. He didn't give us anything crazy, but we can expect to run into a couple more of those, I'm sure, in like floor 2, floor 3. They get a little bit more spaced out as you go down. You know, sometimes you'll go a whole floor and not see anybody. But in these earlier floors, they really have a bunch of them, which is nice. It's a good place to like try to farm uniques. More gold. They're really, look at this. This is crazy. There's a lot. That's a lot of gold. Somebody was really saving up. That's another thing I like about Guardian, is that I can cast it, and then while it's fighting, I can be picking up all the items. This kind of speeds up the whole process. I can be opening the chest, picking up the item. This makes the game a little bit faster. Even though it kills them slower, it, you know, I guess maybe it evens out in the end. I also wish they would have added like like with Diablo 2, how you can just hit Alt or whatever and it shows you like all the items that are laying on the ground. That's one difficult thing about this, is that I swear I've missed items, you know, like rings and amulets especially, which is like the worst thing to miss. But like sometimes you'll hear them drop and then you just can't find them. Like you have no idea where they dropped, who dropped them. You know, it's like hiding in a corpse somewhere and you can't can't quite hover over it properly. And I really wish they would have done something to fix that. You know, with the update, because they added a bunch of stuff in the update and it's like, okay, you know, you got the runes or whatever, which are pretty much worthless. I don't even know what the point of that was, but... And they increased the speed a little bit, the walk speed, but they couldn't throw in that command, like a search command. That would have been nice. I know they have like that skill, what is it? Search. And it's like, okay, well, it shows you some stuff, which is great. I suppose I could be using that. But, you know, I would have preferred something like... Because it wears off, too. But I would have preferred something that I didn't have to, like, activate. You know, I could just hit a button. But I don't want to complain too much, because this game is still, like, one of the best games ever made, in my opinion. You know, D1, D2 are the GOATs. They both have their pros and cons. You know, I really enjoy some of the simplicity from Diablo 1. There's not so much... You know, because games nowadays, it just feels like there's so much inflation. Like, Diablo Immortal, for example. You know, you're doing 50 bajillion damage or whatever, you got, you know, 3 trillion life and all this. It's like, that's too much. Just calm down with all that. I feel like there's gotta be like a unique monster here. This pack is too big just to be like, without like a champion or whatever. Maybe I killed him, I didn't even know. That's one of the things about Guardian, is sometimes you'll kill monsters you don't even know you killed them. Especially champions, like you don't even get to enjoy the fact that there was a champion there, or a unique, I don't know what they call them, unique monsters. But they'll just die before you even realize it. kind of the same with chain lightning. Like sometimes you'll just like flood a room with chain lightning, you'll kill everything in it. You didn't even know there's a unique there. Or like this, I throw the guardian in there, it kind of clears everybody for me. There could be a unique in here, I would never know. All I see is like brightly colored corpse or whatever.
Where would I put this?
Yeah, I suppose we're full. Well, don't really need a shield. Probably worth more than the club and the scimitar, but I think those have a higher chance to roll something that's usable for me. Because I can't even carry a shield. Oh, got a unique in here. What do we got? Hopefully my guardian doesn't kill him too quickly. And the slasher. Very nice. So like I said, we're getting a couple unique monsters here. Both of them like Devilkin. Right, Puke Rat, Blade Skin. Both of them were that like devil skin, or devilkin, not devil skin, what am I saying? Devilkin monster type. So that's pretty interesting. Usually we'll get like zombies. This is one thing I do like about the expansion is these. There's a couple different types, but you can like repair your durability, increase your overall damage, increase your accuracy. Those were a really cool addition. Alright.
Fresh meat.
Come on out, bro. Water's fine. Nice. Got some damage to him. Okay.
The spirits of the dead are now avenged.
Alright, cool. So now that's done, we're gonna go head down to level 3. And again, hopefully we run into Leoric. I haven't seen him this entire playthrough. Which is pretty disappointing. Looks like we got some blooms. Or hidden. Whatever they want to be called. Oh, okay, now we're starting to get into fire resist. And see, look at that. Look at my dumbass. Like I was saying earlier, I just forget to put on the mana shield. And yeah, sure, down here, you know, really no harm, no foul, but oh, there's gotta, what is this? So later on you do that, you pull that stuff down in the catacombs or in hell, forget about it, you're dead. Like, that's it. No story. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and save real quick so we don't, Oh, Leoric's tomb! There we go! You know, that's one of the interesting changes as well, is that in the original Diablo game, you don't get Leoric's tomb. He just shows up. He's just like, you're walking around, and then there he is.
The warmth of life has entered my tomb. Prepare yourself, mortal, to serve my master for eternity.
Man, cool. This is so cool. But yeah, he's just like hanging out. He just shows up, he just runs up on you. Oh, okay, see, here we go again with this. Alright, now we're ready. Man, I was hoping for this too. Like I said, I don't know what is up with my RNG or whatever, but my entire playthrough I didn't get to see him, and now I finally get to fight him. That's cool. I'm excited for this. I know I sound excited, right? So monotone. But really, I have not got to face him in so long. Man, lots of good stuff in here. We're gonna have to go to town real quick. So we have some space. Probably should get some mana too. I mean, I don't think I've played this game, you know, 25 years or something, and then I finally buy it again.
Hello, my friend.
Because I saw it, you know, on sale or whatever on BattleNet, and wow. And then I'm running through and I'm getting that nostalgia or whatever. Man, everything is weak.
Well, what can I do
like,
for you?
Normal difficulty or something? What's going on here? There's no way. Yeah. What I'm looking for, I'm trying to get that nostalgia and can't find him. Haven't seen him. Haven't seen the quest.
I sense a soul
So
in
now,
search of answers.
finally get to face him again. It's very nice. Alright, cool. Mana shield, that's always a really nice skill to find.
I sense a soul in search of answers.
Yeah, see, that wasn't even worth anything. Alright, let's get some mana. Can't get too much, because we gotta have some space.
I sense a soul
See if we can
in
go
search
to
of
sell that
answers.
elixir. And we need to leave some space to pick stuff up.
I sense a
do 8
soul
more.
in search of answers.
Should be good. Okay. So yeah, super pumped about this. This will be exciting. Just in case.
The warmth of life has entered my tomb. Prepare yourself, mortal, to serve my master for eternity.
That's funny. And I'll tell you what, man. I remember back in the day, if you got the Butcher and King Leoric, you were set, bro. Like, if you had the Butcher's Cleaver, and then King Leoric's Crown, you're chill. Like, that was a deadly combination there. me, bro. Oh, you can resurrect him? Okay, well, if that's the case, man. We're just gonna...
Rest well, Leoric. I'll find your son. I cannot carry any more.
Bro, you can make room for that. Come on. Yeah, this King Leoric's crown, the undead crown, bro, that was broken. Especially like if you're a warrior, like I said, Butcher's Cleaver, King Leoric's crown, the undead crown, because I think it has life on hit. Bro, you would do some serious work with that thing.
I cannot carry any more. Where would I put this?
Well, you better find the space. Okay, so definitely saber. What else do we have here? Bow? Yeah, I'll leave it. Yeah, that was fun. That was cool. Fighting the orc. Haven't got to do that in many moons. There's a lot of loot in here, too. Oh, look at that hidden room. Chain lightning has got to be one of those broken skills.
I have no room.
We got room, bro. Come on. I guess we do have a lot. Probably didn't need to drink those potions. Probably could have just put them underneath the cave or something. I don't know. Small packs. I'll just leave it. It's okay. Well, maybe we'll go to town again. I know that's kind of boring. See what these, what this
Hello,
all
my
looks like
friend.
here.
Stay a while and listen.
Yeah, life stealing. It looks. I thought there were more stats than that, but maybe I'm wrong. Did they change it? 1 to strength. Maybe I'm remembering it wrong, but. I feel like it had more going for it than just lifesteal. But either way, lifesteal is crazy for a warrior. I imagine for the rogue too.
I sense a soul in search of answers.
More mana shield. Whoopsie gold. Keep getting mana shield. That's pretty awesome.
I sense a soul in search of answers.
There we go. Mana shield. Lightning wall. That was a pretty cool skill that they added in, lightning wall. Gotta say I'm pretty happy about that. I should have grabbed some more gold. I keep on getting my exercise. I'm gonna get a couple more mana potions. But yeah, I used to
I
run
sense a soul in search of answers.
just the Butcher's Cleaver, and then King Leoric's Crown, or the Crown of the Undead, and Arcane's Valor. And bro, that would get you all the way through normal, no problem. Like, you were set. And then pretty much do the same thing in Nightmare if you've got that same roll. As far as like quests or whatever. Like, it really was overpowered. It's crazy how strong it was. And then the only thing I would swap out that helm for is the Veil of Steel. If you're warrior. For the sorcerer, it doesn't really do anything, but the Veil of Steel was also pretty broken gear-wise. And you know what I've noticed about this game is that it's heavily favors the warrior class. Like, heavily. All the gear, like the monsters, for the most part, they're like, it's geared towards playing as the warrior. So I don't know if that was on purpose. I guess because he's like the main hero, Aiden, he's King Leoric's son and Albrecht's older brother. So maybe he's like the main hero. But I mean, it's really tailored. Let's make sure we put on that manship. Really tailored for the warrior. The expansion too, man. The expansion is, I mean, maybe it's tailored for like the monks or something, I don't know. It's a nightmare for the sorcerer. When you start getting down there in the crypt, everything, and I mean everything, is like resistant to everything. It's like everything is resist all to the max. If you watched my playthrough, I literally had to use Golem and Stone Curse. We basically had to like gang up on everything, like one at a time, go full melee, whatever. And man, it was annoying. Super annoying, super slow. Did not enjoy it one bit. Come on, bro. That's why I don't even really want to do it, to be honest. I may not even go down there in these runs, because it's just a waste of time. There's no unique monsters, which doesn't make any sense. Like, they just left those out. I didn't even really find anything good. Such a lazy expansion. I know it wasn't Blizzard North. I know it was, I forget the name of the company, but it was like a third-party company or whatever. But it is such a sloppy job.
Where would I put this?
Right there. Very disappointing. Like, they added some cool stuff. I'll give credit where credit's due. But for the most part, not great. very much tailored for the warrior. Wow, that's a lot of fun. Yeah, there we go. That's another thing I like about Guardian. Even if they're invisible, doesn't matter. Cleans them up.
Where would I put this?
Really don't want to keep drinking all the mana. It's a waste of money. So far, so good, though. Haven't seen a unique down here. It's a little bit surprising. Usually there'd be at least one or two. Maybe there was one. He died before I could realize he was there. But there's usually like an archer or something. Is that a library? That'd be nice.
Where would I put this?
Nice book. We're gonna skip the shrines. Just, I mean, I know I can look up most of them. You know, like, except for, like, the goat shrines and stuff like that. I know I can look up what the... Man, I wish... I used to have the book. I used to have the main, like, the Diablo guide. And it would have, you know, a lot of really cool lore, and it also would break down all the shrines, like what they did. And I know I can Google them, whatever. But, not really worth the time. And then, like, the goat shrines and stuff, those are completely random, so definitely gonna avoid those. Alright, level 3 done, pretty much. I'll get off the camera the wrong way. I'll check this little area real quick, but... That was cool. King Leoric's tomb, enjoyed that, that was fun. There's anything really over there. Actually, it's probably like a whole area. Nope. Okay. Well, probably here. But we're just gonna skip over it. Not the end of the world. homecoming party. Interesting. There we go, there's somebody.
I have no room.
There's another book, that's always good. Like I said, at the beginning, there's a lot of books. Blacksmith oil, like that. Character ability. It's very nice, save some money, save some time. Tavern sign quest. The library, nice, very nice.
I have no room.
Firewall, that's a good one. That's what I used to kill Diablo most of the time. I just lay down like 10 firewalls and he stands in it like an idiot. Alright, let's go ahead and then they're usually the downstairs right there. So we got Butcher, we got King Leoric, we got Tavern Sign. Hopefully we get Chamber of Bone. That's always good because gives me an extra Guardian skill point. Make my Guardian spell stronger. Can't have too many of those. I don't think I can hold this thing right now. I don't have enough space. Well, we'll come back for it. Alright, we'll throw the axe down. Thing's huge. Alright, we know this is a trap. Was it a trap for me or was it a trap for them? Alright. And then we might have Garbad the Weak here. He's typically on the 4th floor. And even though most of the time he gives us junk, I have gotten a unique from him before. So he's always worth killing because, like Jim Carrey says, you're saying there's a chance. And there is a chance, however small it might be. So we'll see if we can find Garbad here. These runes those things are pretty much worthless. Oh, I thought that was a unique. Do a different color. Got cornered there. I can really take some hits. Mana get too low. Anything else? Nope. Interesting. Besides the quest boss, no uniques yet. Not as many as I'm used to. And, not a whole lot going on.
I have no room.
Probably garbage. Hopefully it's worth more than the 150 I just spent to pick it up. That's the tricky part about buying so many mana potions. It's like, you want them because you don't want to have to like keep going back to town all the time. But then they take up all your space, and you end up having to go back to town to sell your gear or whatever anyway. You get a library though, that's nice. Nice little treat. We get lightning wall, okay. Lightning wall's not bad, I've used it a couple times, especially later on. Again, we're gonna skip the shrines here. I heard a ring. There's a lot of baddies over here. An amulet? Okay. Alright. Bigger than I thought it was going to be. What's my guardians doing? Sleeping on the job. knew there had to be more uniques. It's very, Come on, wake up. Wow, there's a lot of them in here, huh? I don't even know how I made it out of there. I'm pretty sure they were gonna whack me. Something dropped. Something heavy. Chain mail. That's worth picking. Okay. My gold is taking up so much space. Throw that. Chain mail, there you go. And then we got a library there, so we'll get that when we come back.
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
Let's see what we got here. We've got a lot of stuff. Nope. 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 Alright, well, nothing good.
Whoa, what can I do for you?
Not really all that surprising, but I was hoping. And the drops have been so bad lately, I don't... It's like... Did I even select
I sense
hell?
a soul
I mean, the
in search
enemies
of
are
answers.
decently strong, so I imagine I picked hell. I'm starting to doubt myself a little bit. Like maybe I accidentally selected nightmare or something, I don't know. Oh, I should probably buy potions, huh?
I sense a soul in search of answers.
Is that enough? Yeah, that's probably fine. Maybe a few more. We got... Let's do 5
I sense
more.
a soul in search of answers.
Okay. That should be good. That should give us enough space to pick up some stuff, and then we'll end up using the mana so that'll open up more slots. And we'll just add this to our savings here. It's another thing I wish they would have thrown in as like a stash or something. I know in some of the mods they do, which is really nice. But I don't think you can run the mods on the digital downloaded version, unfortunately. No, let's go ahead and put that mana shield back on here. Holy bolt. Okay. Alright, alright, alright. Yeah, the gear, the drops have been... I mean, I know it's early on, whatever, but they've been pretty lackluster. No unique items. Nothing good. But we're getting books. We're getting a little bit of experience, right? Yeah, we're getting some experience. We're far from a level, though. Getting a lot of gold, which is always good. At least we can buy books, you know, maybe go shopping at some point. But, yeah, nothing great. No Garbad yet either. At this point, I don't even really want to run into him. Because, you know, he makes you come back 2 times. And, it's preferable, or I prefer, to run into him, like, really early on. And then I'll come back to him later, after I've cleared the entire level, and that gives me enough time for him to craft his piece of junk or whatever it is. And then I don't have to, like, wait around for 15 minutes. Wake up. What, these guys got like crazy high evasion or something? What is going on? It's like my guardians can't even see them. Okay, I think that's it. And I think we'll call it for this episode. I think we'll, pick this back up another day. I think 1 hour is a pretty good start to the series. I highly doubt most of you are going to watch this long. So, yeah, we'll put an end to the first episode of the max level challenge, and then I'll pick this up another day. Just let me know in the comments section if you enjoyed this content and if you'd like to see more. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll catch you next time.